chaotic, and it has changed my life. I'm a fan of his ever since. I love this collection. Of his most legendary supermodels and more. The four queens of the runway. Fashion, New York Fashion Week is right around the corner. Librarian tonight, and that's because I came to read a bitch. Jaja's Atelier, bitch. I know I've been changed. I know I've been changed. Welcome back to a brand new episode of Jaja's Atelier, bitch. Listen, I'm coming in hot. The largest antebellum plantation in the country, known as Nottoway Plantation, has burned to the ground. Burn, baby, burn. Cracker Inferno. Woo! Because I had a praying grandmother. The ancestors burnt the Nottoway Plantation to the ground on Thursday morning. Honey, I don't even have an introduction for y'all yet. I am just laughing at the irony of this, seeing all this racial divisive tension that is going on in this country. And listen, this happened last Thursday. It is now 12:30 Wednesday morning. And I'm just getting a report on this because, listen, my allergies have been whooping my ass. So the last couple of days, I've had swollen eyes, a runny nose. And usually, you know, my sinuses and everything kind of calm down after I've been in the house for a while. So I'm here, you know, running a little late, but we're here. But honey, you see God don't like ugly? And then I was even seeing things online like how they used to, before the plantation burned down, how they used to like do like tours and how they used to talk about the people like, you know, like they were doing us a favor, like we was the plantation that treated the Negroes real, real good. Like, girl, are you kidding me? Burn that motherfucker down now. Bitch. Anyway, I thought that was, you know, there was black people along the side of the road filming it, pouring a little champagne out for the dead ancestors. Child, there was memes all over, motherfucker. I saw one, and they had AI digitized it. You could, if you look in the flames, you could see like our ancestors, the slaves, playing spades and frying chicken and carrying on as the place burned down. Ooh, honey, I just thought that was hilarious. And I also think it's hilarious that there are people still in this country that are like, oh, it's such a shame. It's a piece of our history. Yeah, it's a piece of history that needs to be destroyed and only talked about in museums in reference to how awful, black people in this country were treated at that time. That's the only time we need to remember the plantation of Nottoway, darling. We don't need to see it. It needs to be burned down. Anyway, so listen, y'all, I'm gonna put my Cash App down here at the bottom because, you know, if you want to bless your girl for her birthday, honey, my birthday is Friday, honey. I will be 30 fine, as in 35, but I'm 30 fine, honey. I cannot believe I'm about to be 35. Ooh, child. Just to look back over the year, it had been a trying year this year. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like I went through a couple of things, some financial, some romantical, some with friendships that are no longer. darling, darling. Sometimes it's just better not to say anything and just keep it moving, you know. And also you realize, you know, when God removes certain things and certain people out of your way, it's to make room for better and to make room for new opportunities. So I'm all here for the change. You know, I'm not this kind of girl that likes change, but you know, we have to embrace it. It's inevitable. So listen, I'm here for everything, all the greatness that 35 has for me. You guys will not be seeing me until next week, honey, because I'm trying to party down. I'm trying to get um, dig down for my birthday, honey. I would just like a good suitor for the weekend, honey, to just give me my gifts. Anyway, so let's get into. So listen, the Cannes Film Festival is currently going on. I don't know how many more days left, but I don't think it's many days left. And I had produced and got everything, my notes and everything for the show together days ago. I was supposed to do a show Monday, but I was just so out of it with my allergies. I just couldn't get on camera. Honey, one thing I ain't never gonna let the girls do is see a bitch sweat, because you best to believe it's a couple haters watching. Can't let them see me fold. Anyway, so let's get into some of my favorite looks. All right, let me pull it up here. So first I want to talk about my first favorite look is Halle Berry in this pleasantly quirky yet sexy custom Jacquemus look. A lot of people were reading her online, but you know what I like about Halle Berry in this new era of her life? She's got this unrequited love that is that the right word? She's got this new romance going on with this artist Van Hunt. I'm not really familiar with him. She's wearing whatever the fuck she wants. She has been doing what everybody has been wanting her to do for years, honey. Halle Berry was like, bitch, fuck yeah. I'm going to wear what I want to wear. But I really, really like this. At first, I thought it was a Vivienne Westwood look. But I was surprised to find out that it was Jacquemus. I love the bottom half of the dress. I love the striped white and pink. It kind of gave like a bed sheet illusion, but it went with the tousled hair. A lot of people were reading her, but Halle Berry can wear anything. Halle Berry is well, hold on, let me take that back. She can't wear anything, honey, because some of them wigs that she be wearing she shouldn't. But she's she's listen, it's 12 o'clock at night. Y'all don't. I cannot be responsible for what comes out of my mouth. I'm doing this for you, the people. But yeah, I love this look, and I love the tassel bob. She's been killing it. I think it was only one look I didn't like from her, but she's been killing it the whole Cannes Film Festival week, okay? So, yes, I love this look. Oh, honey. Now we have to get into Bella Hadid. Now she was in Cannes, and I thought this was in Cannes. She was in Cannes when she wore this, but she was actually in London. But we're just gonna run it under the Cannes Film Festival because listen, whatever. So she is wearing this fall winter 1997 archive Jean Galliano look, which I'm tying it into Cannes because it was previously worn almost 30 years ago by actress Mila Jovovich at the 1997 Cannes Film Festival premiere of the iconic movie The Fifth Element. And here she is standing next to Bruce Willis. I love that she kind of did her hair the same. I loved this. You know, I live for a good archive moment that makes actual sense now. If it doesn't make sense, just because it's archived doesn't mean that you need to be on the run on the red carpet. But this actually made sense, and I really, really, really loved her in this look. Also, now, listen. You know, the Cannes Film Festival committee put out this APB on the wardrobe, honey, basically saying we don't want no cleavage, we don't want no illusion nude mesh, we don't want no damn long heavy trains. But honey, a lot of the girls have been following the rules and telling them, well, bitch, we can still turn it out. Fuck yeah. So Irina Shayk, who is one of the supermodels, honey. You know, Irina Shayk is a Cannes Film Festival staple. And when Irina steps on the scene, honey, Irina usually turns it out. But the first day, honey, in this, yes, and this, going back to archive, honey, not all archive is good archive. Honey, this looked like 1986's Molly Ringwald, My Super Sweet 16, honey. I was not feeling this YSL. Was it YSL? Yes, this fall winter 1986 YSL look. Yes, it's a piece of fashion history. Yeah. But honey, she looks like Susie Q. She looks like a goth version of Susie Q. I was not feeling this. But honey, Irina redeemed herself, darling, in this gorgeous, 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 gorgeous Elisab custom Elisab gown. I love this. You know, Irina Shayk has a very vampy, dark, gothic, seductive air to her. I think that's just it just comes natural to her, you know. So I thought this dress fit her personality perfect. The tailoring was impeccable. I just thought it was an amazing look. Also, I'm not sure who Julia Garner is, but honey, I loved her in this Tom Ford by Hader Ackerman look. I lived, honey. I saw a lot of Tom Ford on the Cannes Film Festival red carpet. The people are loving Hader Ackerman's collection over there at the Tom Ford. So huge congratulations to my baby's father, Hader Ackerman. Yes, but I love this. I love that. I loved you know, sometimes a dress like this can be really overpowering, and not a lot of people know how to style looks like this. I thought the styling was impeccable. I thought the dress fit her perfectly. I love the makeup, and I love that the lipstick didn't, you know, specifically match the color of the pink that bled to the bottom of the dress. You know, it's kind of like this. I have on baby pink, but you know, if you look at my earrings, honey, there are little hints of purple. Not too purple, but not too pink. You know, you have to learn how to kind of like, you know, it doesn't have to be so matchy. And I thought the makeup, the hair, everything went perfect. I will say I didn't like the shoes. She wore a black basic stiletto pump. I did not like that. Maybe we could have gone with a burgundy pump, you know, an alligator skin burgundy pump. I would have appreciated more with this, but it was a fire look nonetheless. Also, honey, the Eva Longoria, darling, in Tamra Ralph. I absolutely love this. A lot of people were saying that it gave prom. I didn't feel that way. I thought it was absolutely stunning. I love the jewels over the neck. I love the hair. And by the fucking way, Eva Longoria, you are one of the baddest bitches walking. People don't give Eva, because she's kind of stepped out of the spotlight a little bit. She doesn't even live in the United States anymore. Thanks a lot, Donald Douche. You done ran some of our most beautiful women away. I believe she lives in Mexico, if I'm not mistaken, but she doesn't live in the United States anymore. But Eva Longoria has been a bad bitch most of my life. And the woman just doesn't age. I remember her. I remember her when she was married to Tony Parker. We don't talk about that anymore. You know, she's since remarried. But I thought this look was everything. Absolutely stunning. Listen, we also have to talk about the Joan Smalls, who was wearing archive. Another example of when archive makes sense. Reportedly, she is wearing archive Gaultier, Jean-Paul Gaultier, darling. I live for Joan Smalls. Joan Smalls could do no wrong. Sometimes she does, but she shouldn't, and it's not often. I love this look on her. I think there is something so chic about a black and white look, which I'm working on a little something for my birthday, darling. It's gonna gag you. Anyway, yes, I love this. Hair, makeup, everything was on point. Before I do my favorite, these came in after I did my notes for the show, but ASAP Rocky and a very much pregnant Rihanna made their appearance at the debut of Spike Lee's new film alongside Denzel Washington, which Denzel Washington had a little bit of a thing on the red carpet. Before we get into ASAP Rocky and Rihanna, honey, look at this right here. Honey, y'all gonna stop fucking with these people on this Cannes Film Festival red carpet. The way they were grabbing at him. Girl, stop fucking with these people before. And because see, then if he had a hauled off and cold clocked your motherfucking ass, she would have been mad and ready to sue for hundreds of millions of dollars. Leave people the fuck alone. Anyway, look at Rihanna. Rihanna looks absolutely stunning. I thought the dress was a little underwhelming, but she is pregnant, so I get it. It's hot. It's the middle of summer. It's hot. She's like at least 4 or 5 months pregnant at this point. So we want to go with something easy breezy and chic. And she did all of that work at the Met Gala with that look. I'm sure it wasn't very comfortable for her. They make the clothes to be as comfortable for a pregnant woman as possible, but I can just imagine, so I understand it, but she looked beautiful nonetheless. But I loved ASAP Rocky's suit. ASAP Rocky is the king of the suits right now. He just knows how to fucking do it. And I'm not just saying that because he's Rihanna's life partner and baby father, but he really does look good. And for the people who don't like ASAP Rocky, his story is really, really riveting. From what he came from to what he became. You know what I mean? If you ever get a chance to read up on his life story, before you talk shit, I suggest you read up on him. You know what I'm saying? Like Lil Kim say, if you don't know, you better ask somebody. All right? Who else? Oh, Naomi Campbell made an appearance on the red carpet. I thought she looked so fucking regal. So fucking gorgeous, regal, queen mother. And I love that she ditched the usual center part bust down 50-inch for a more Afrocentric chic coif of hair, darling, which I much appreciate. We're doing everything black now, darling. So listen. I have to light a cigarette on this, honey. The girl who is killing the girls of all the girls is supermodel Michelle Akat. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Who has stolen the Cannes Film Festival red carpet fashions, honey, in this custom look by designer Harvey Sinet. Honey, the legs, the bald head, the bone structure, the glam, the accessories, the tiger on the titty. Honey, I thought this was everything. She is the queen of Cannes, honey. This is my favorite look on the Cannes Film Festival red carpet. And no, Cannes Film Festival is not over yet. People are still giving. They are still giving. I understand that. But honey, when I see gold, I got to grab at it like a leprechaun at the end of the rainbow, honey. This is everything. And I also, in a close second place, is supermodel Alex Consani, who is the first to wear this Schiaparelli look on any red carpet, period. And I live for my girls, my dolls, my fellow dolls. Alex Consani is a doll like me, darling. So, we have to give it to her. I thought she looked absolutely stunning. And I love when trans women kind of dib and dab and teeter-totter on the edge of masculine versus feminine. And that's exactly what this look was perfect for her. So I also love this as well. So on my next episode, which will probably be, I'm off work Monday. So maybe you'll get a Memorial Day show. If not Memorial Day, then maybe Sunday. I'm looking somewhere around there. But honey, I'm going to be knee deep in love making and having a good time. So don't hold me to that. It's my birthday. Now, this is another story that just popped up right after I did the notes for this show. And I want to touch on it because, listen. So, let me light a cigarette on this. So, I regret to inform you, if you haven't heard, that former President Joe Biden announced, I believe on Monday, that he has been diagnosed with stage 4 prostate cancer, a very aggressive form of prostate cancer, and it has already spread to his bones. Joe Biden is 82 years old. I wish him the best. I really like Joe Biden. Did he say and do everything the way we thought he should say and do it? No, he didn't. He didn't. I think sometimes too, especially with us black people, we have to remember that not everything that is said by white people is an affront to us, and it's not. It might come out the wrong way, but it's not always meant to hurt us. I think we need to sometimes be a little bit more patient with white people who claim, and not only claim, but show that they are, in a lot of ways, allies to us. But in being allies to us, we also have to remember that they have not walked in our shoes, so they don't have a complete understanding of what we have gone through as black people. Kind of like the same way that y'all black folks want us trans people to be a little bit more tolerable of your ignorancies, if that's a real word, and give you a chance to come on around. You see how I weave that all in together? So, and again, us as trans people and gay people in the LGBTQ plus IA community, we have to be a little bit more understanding. Not everybody that's going to help you is going to have a full concept of what you're going through. They're going to say things that might be a little offensive, but we have to understand it's not always meant that way. Ooh, this wig, this lace is showing. Let me go down a little bit. Okay. Yeah, that's a little better. Ooh, I like this a little better anyway. This wig, this is my favorite wig right now, y'all. Anyway, let me get back to the thing. So with all that being said, what I don't like is this delusion that everybody is putting out, like, oh, he was sick the whole time and didn't want to tell us. He lied to us. Oh, this is why. Oh, this is why. And this is why. And this is why. And the majority of it is coming from Democrats. I expect it from the melatonin magas. But Jake Tapper from CNN, who is writing this cockamamie motherfucking bullshit ass book, I believe it's called Sins of a President or something like that, a whole book dedicated to what Joe Biden did wrong and why the Democrats lost. Listen, let me tell y'all something. Joe Biden could have fallen down them steps 100 times. He could have fell off that bike 1,000 times. He could have forgot, certain parts of his speech 1,000,000 times. He could have yawned during a State of the Union. I would have still voted for him over what the fuck y'all got up in there now. Because let me tell y'all something. Biden was weak physically, but it was nothing wrong with him mentally. Because even after his cancer diagnosis, he done got a couple bitches together. Okay? You got to be fucking kidding me with this. And this is why the Democrats lost. Because you're too busy trying to shine the shoes of a motherfucker that's not trying to work with you, that's not trying to hear your ideas. The Democrats, a lot of y'all Democrats is too busy on the fence. I don't like bitches that sit on the fence. I'm not a stool pigeon ass bitch. Okay? What you need to be worried about is what the fuck this motherfucking tariff twat got in store for the rest of his 4 years and beyond in office. I don't want to hear shit else about Joe Biden and his cognitive dissonance. When you got a motherfucker, let me tell y'all something, stick a glass dick up the ass of the tariff twat and let's see what the fuck is stuck to his motherfucking enlarged motherfucking colon. You probably won't even be able to find it. It's probably drowning in A1 steak sauce and Thousand Island motherfucking dressing. Get out of here. And JD Vance, fuck you too. I don't have that video. Let me see if I can pull it up. So the only person I heard throw shade at Joe Biden from the Republican side, which I'm sure I haven't really been in the news because, I'm busy curating all these looks for my birthday, darling. But I'm sure there were others. But JD Vance, hold on, let me pull it up here. Hold on. I'm going to have to get on Instagram to pull it up. I just find it so baffling that we are normalizing this level of delusion. Y'all are really sitting here questioning Joe Biden's sanity, and you work for Donald Trump, you need to be questioning your own sanity. Bitch, please. Hold on, I'm still looking for y'all. Y'all be patient with a bitch, okay? It is my birthday. Oh, it's not. Now it ain't trying to play. Here we go. Here we go.
It sounds pretty serious, but hopefully he makes the right recovery. Like I will say, whether the right time to have this conversation is now or at some point in the future, we really do need to be honest about whether the former president was capable of doing the job. And that's no, that you can separate the desire for him to have the right health outcome with the recognition that whether it was doctors or whether there were staffers around the former president, I don't think he was able to do a good job for the American people. And that's not politics. That's not because I disagreed with him on politics.
JD Vance, and it's also okay for you to separate your throat from Donald Trump's dick. Okay? Let's be clear. You have got to be, first of all, with your butch queen ass and all this eyeliner you got on, girl, blend your concealer, okay? I don't want to hear shit else about Joe Biden. Joe Biden is not the president. Damn. Oh, the last couple days, all I've been hearing is, oh, Joe Biden was sick and he lied to us. And what about the lies that motherfucking tariff twat is telling y'all? Eggs still high, bitch? Anyway, speaking of Donald Trump, girl, so now he wants to investigate Beyonce and Oprah and Bruce Springsteen. Girl, and you worried about Joe Biden's cognitive health. Girl, bye. Anyway, what's the next story before I bust a cap in this screen, honey? Child boo. Anyway, so let's go back to fashion news for a second because this is something else that came up after I did my notes. Miss a day, miss a lot, bitch. So, Kering has announced that former Valentino creative director Pierpaolo Pacioli is heading to Balenciaga. My first thought on this was, oh God, another recycled white male creative director from another legacy European fashion house. But that's a given. Y'all know they wasn't going to, come on, y'all. Come on. We got to just take it for what it is because at this point, anything is better than Demna, okay? And here's my actual thought on it. I think this is a good choice. We have seen Pierpaolo Pacioli make references to Cristobal Balenciaga all throughout his tenure at Valentino. He is a fan of Balenciaga, of Cristobal Balenciaga, and then again, who isn't? That he was such a prominent figure in haute couture. And listen, even looking back at his collection from Valentino, there is a appreciation for the history and the principles of haute couture that we weren't getting from Demna. And, when we're talking about the legacy of Balenciaga, it's deeply rooted in haute couture. And listen, there were a couple couture shows. Demna did bring haute couture back to Balenciaga because for 50 years, we didn't see any haute couture shows from Balenciaga. So he did do that, and the first time he did it, it was genius. Insanely incredible. But we've moved on past that aesthetic. People are tired of it. We want new breath into Balenciaga, and I definitely think that Pierpaolo Pacioli can give that. So huge congratulations. I'm excited to see. It's reported by WWD that his first collection for the brand is going to be allegedly in October, which the way the months are going by is around the corner. So I'm excited to see what he's going to bring, and huge congratulations to him. What else do we have? Here we go now. Okay, so now we're going into sports. You know, I'm a jack of all trades kind of bitch. I can talk about anything. So listen. Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese played against each other the other night, and let me turn my volume down because I don't want to get flags like I did the other month. Last month I got flags, so let me turn it down. So the two were playing against each other. I don't know what teams they play for. I forgot, but that's not the moral of the story here. So take a look at this.
And look out, Caitlin Clark pushes Angel Reese, and Angel Reese gets right up into Caitlin Clark.
And I'm going to stop it right there. Now listen, if you've watched the show long enough, I've had plenty critiques about Miss Angel Reese. But she was not wrong this time. Caitlin Clark, you were dead ass wrong. Don't poke the bear and then do the Karen hands. Don't do that. Because that foul was completely unnecessary. Yes, I am a doll that knows a little something about sports. Yes, okay. That foul was completely unnecessary. And the fact that you did your hands like this, when a white woman does her hands like this and it's after an altercation with a black woman, it screams, I'm a victim, and you're definitely not. And I specifically you remember you saying, you know, you want equality in the sport for all. And when you make that kind of a statement and you take that kind of a stance, you also, because I don't think that she's racist. I think that this is two girls with a lot of tension. And Angel Reese is getting more attention than Caitlin Clark. It might not all be for what's going on the court, but she's definitely making a name for herself. I didn't see Caitlin Clark at the Met Gala. You know, so again, Caitlin Clark, when you take that kind of stance that, listen, we are not here for any discrimination. I want all my girls to win and make money. You have to be very, very, very cognizant. Is that the word of the day? What the fuck? You have to be very cognizant of the gestures that you make and the things that you say and do. Because this moment screamed, I'm a victim, she's coming after me. I didn't like that. And I pick up on subtle, passive aggressive gestures very quickly. And that is my pet peeve. When I saw her put her hands up, turn her back, and put her hands up like this, like, oh, this is my moment, I'm a victim, I didn't like that. Caitlin Clark, I like her. I like what she stands for. I like that she has not let this fame get to her head. Because Angel Reese, you have definitely made some statements that I don't agree with, and you have definitely let some of this fame go to your head, which I understand. But, you know, you toned it down some. But Caitlin Clark, watch what the fuck you say and watch what the fuck you do. Because there's a microscope, especially when you play against, it's something about them two. Specifically, when y'all two get on that court together, it's some kind of, I don't know if it's I'm not gonna say that, but messy. Oh, messy, messy me. I don't know if you wanna, but I don't know if it's some kind of lesbian thing, but it's some kind of tension between these two girls. Excuse me, women, every time they get on that court. And Caitlin Clark, you know this. So just be a little bit more careful. Just be a little bit more careful what you do. You know what I'm saying? Because we're in a society now, and all of us in the black community are here for Angel Reese. Yes, we might tap our girl on the wrist, but don't get it fucked up. We are in full support of this young lady. Okay? So just watch it, because you have your fans that are non-white as well, and you don't want to piss them off. That's all. So, oh, I ran through this kind of quick. What is our last story? Okay. DDG. I didn't go too hard on DDG because I like DDG. His persona that he gives off online, however, this family man, this doting father, this family man, I respect women, I just want to make my money and do right by the world and do right by women persona, however, is far different when he's not online, apparently. Haley Bailey did allegedly, and I'm going to say allegedly, I know we've seen the pictures, but listen, I ain't got much, so I don't want nobody coming after me. That he got physical with her in front of their child. He cracked her tooth. He allegedly pushed her head into the steering wheel while she was trying to get her baby out the car. I think they said allegedly that he broke into her house or something. Just all kind of carryings on. He found out about it, however, while he was on live with this clown cheeseball ass motherfucking red belly Aiden Ross, this culture vulture. DDG, here's where I have a problem with you. You proved everybody right. I gotta light another cigarette because I'm about to get really emboldened about this. You proved everybody right. From the beginning of you and Halle Bailey's relationship, everybody was saying that you're not good enough for her, that you were going to throw her off track, that you were jealous of her, that you envied her career, that you were using her as a come up, and now I fully believe it. And I'm gonna keep it real. Not because of what she came out and said. It's the things that you did after the fact. And also, the biggest thing for me that really turned my fucking stomach about this whole thing is that you let that cracker sit up there and call your baby mother a liar. I don't give a fuck if you did it or not. You don't sit up on no motherfucking podcast and let no red belly, snow roach, culture vulture, possum tail frying, motherfucking bear jerky eating cracker sit up there and talk about the mother of your black son. How dare you? You are weak and you are hungry for this fame, and you are a fame whore, and I fully believe it now. Because had you kept quiet and kept on doing what you were doing, I might have questioned Haley a little bit. I might have. Because you had me that fooled. I'm going to end with this. Y'all men, y'all black men, I want y'all to know something. This war that y'all got on these women, the way y'all drag these black women through the mud and do it so publicly, and then after you get caught, it's like no accountability. And it's not even no accountability. You then turn and you gather all your homeboys up to jump her, to verbally jump her all across social media. What the fuck is wrong with you niggas, man? This really needs to stop. And all of you black women, y'all pick me ass black women, because I didn't get on y'all, that sit in these motherfucking comments and y'all do too much for these men. Y'all do too much for these men. They don't give a fuck about you. And it's not all black men, but it's a cultural prevalence. Even with this Diddy trial, I don't give a fuck about what's going on with Diddy. Whatever he got coming to him, it's gonna come. And it's not my business. Because I don't wish bad on nobody. But when you do people wrong, it comes back to bite you. But my thing with this whole Diddy trial and all of this stuff that's going on with all of these black men that is being accused is the lack of accountability. And then those of us that do say, hey, wait a minute, we're met with, you trying to take a black man down. No, we're not trying to take a black man down. We're trying to warn a black man when we see the signs of him getting ready to be taken down, or him giving the crackers who has really got all the dollars and who really have all the power over all this entertainment shit, you giving them enough ammo to take you down. Cut that crap. Stop victimizing your black manhood, bitch. You are not a victim. Cut it the fuck out. Like I said in that last episode, sit the fuck down. Find yourself, bitch. And stop putting your hands on these goddamn women. Because anytime you think a tranny or a gay is gonna fight a woman, y'all be, oh boy, you ain't gonna hit no woman. So why the fuck do y'all let y'all homeboys do it? Cut it the fuck out. Enough is enough with this already. Y'all talk about, y'all say protect black women out of one side of your mouth, but in the next side of your mouth, she a liar and a gold digger and a whore, and she liked it, and why was she there for so long? And that's another thing. Why she stay so long? Well, why the fuck are y'all still reading the Bible that was given to you? Y'all still practicing a religion that was given to you by your oppressor. When you gonna let that go? When you let go of that, then you can start questioning some of these other folks out here. Y'all blow me. Anyway, I just wanted to say, I want to keep reiterating that because black women really do, and even though I do have, there's things that I have, with black women choose, not everything that black women do is right. But where can they go for protection? Where can we go? Because I put trans women in that same category. Because if they're treating the females like that, imagine how they treat us. Where can we go to feel safe? Come on now. Anyway, I am praying for any woman. Before I go, I also do want to say this. And I hope I don't get in no trouble for saying this, but it needs to be said. Ladies, having a man is not the most important thing in the world. I know that's what we've been trained to believe. Anytime that you meet a man and you know his history and he seems a little shifty, believe that shiftiness that you see in him and keep it fucking moving. Don't stick around. Stop trying to fix the nigga. You are not Build a Nigga Workshop, okay? It is not your responsibility. K. Michelle told y'all 10 years ago, can't raise a man. You can't raise a man, honey. Choose the father of your children. Choose your life partner wisely. Because the worst thing you could do is have a motherfucking child with a man who don't mean you no well. These men don't mean you no good. No well, no good, no nothing positive. They're just there for what they can get. Be wiser in your choice of man. Don't take anything that comes to you. Because we're beautiful and we're worth more than that. I'm about to be 35. I can preach to the girls. Anyway, I love you. Ciao. See you in a few days. And again, if you want to bless your girl for her birthday, the Cash App is down at the bottom. Bye. Happy birthday to me.